There is an old saying that the greatest battles are not fought on battlefields but in the minds of men. The art of understanding human nature, especially the dynamics between men and women, has been studied for centuries. From the ancient Stoics to modern philosophers, the idea of knowing one's opponent, or in this case one's partner, has always been emphasized. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Understanding a woman's weaknesses is not about exploitation, but about deep comprehension. It is about recognizing the hidden layers beneath the surface, the vulnerabilities that shape emotions, decisions, and desires. Women, like men, have weaknesses. Some are subtle, while others are profound. These weaknesses do not imply inferiority, but rather reflect the deep emotional complexities that exist within the female psyche. The purpose of this knowledge is not manipulation, but rather self-mastery. A Stoic man understands the nature of things and reacts accordingly. As Epictetus wisely stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." With this philosophy in mind, let us delve into the intricacies of the 10 weaknesses that every man must know. 1. Emotional vulnerability. Women, by nature, are deeply emotional beings. They feel things intensely and are often guided by their emotions rather than pure logic. This is not a weakness in the conventional sense, but in the realm of relationships, it can be. A woman who is emotionally unstable may become reactive, making decisions based on fleeting emotions rather than reason. This is why Stoic men must remain calm in the face of emotional storms. Seneca once wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." A man who understands this can navigate emotional outbursts without being consumed by them. 2. The need for validation. Women crave validation, whether they admit it or not. From social media likes to compliments from strangers, external affirmation often fuels their self-esteem. This dependency on validation can be both a strength and a weakness. A man who understands this will not be controlled by a woman's fluctuating need for approval. Instead, he will provide validation sparingly, making her earn it rather than expect it. As the Stoics teach, self-control is power. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Epictetus. A man must not fall into the trap of constantly reassuring a woman at the expense of his own dignity. 3. The power of mystery. Curiosity is a woman's weakness. The moment a man becomes too predictable, she loses interest. Women are drawn to the unknown, the enigma, the man who keeps her guessing. This is why Stoic men do not reveal everything. They understand the power of silence and controlled disclosure. As the great philosopher Lao Tzu once said, "He who knows does not speak. He who speaks does not know." The mystery keeps a woman engaged, constantly wondering what lies beneath the surface. The influence of herd mentality. Women are highly influenced by societal expectations and peer opinions. Unlike men, who often operate independently, women tend to seek group validation. This is why trends, gossip, and social standards hold such power over them. A wise man recognizes this weakness and does not get caught up in it. The opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know anything about the subject. Marcus Aurelius. The Stoic man remains indifferent to the ever-changing opinions of the masses, and instead leads with conviction. 5. Emotional manipulation. One of the most dangerous female weaknesses is the tendency to use emotions as a weapon. Tears, silent treatment, and guilt tripping are common tactics. A weak man succumbs, but a Stoic man stands firm. He knows that emotional manipulation is a test of his resolve. A man is as miserable as he thinks he is. Seneca. Instead of reacting emotionally, he remains composed, knowing that true power lies in restraint. 6. The fear of loneliness. Women fear loneliness more than they admit. While they may portray independence deep down, they crave companionship. This fear makes them settle for relationships that may not serve them well. A Stoic man does not exploit this weakness but understands it. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Plato. A man who is self-sufficient does not fear being alone, and as a result, attracts women who admire his strength. 7. The desire for control. Many women seek control in relationships, whether consciously or subconsciously. They test boundaries, push limits, and challenge authority. The weak man bends, while the stoic man remains firm. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus. A man who does not allow himself to be controlled earns the respect of a woman, even if she fights it. 8. Attraction to power. Women are naturally drawn to power, not just wealth, but confidence, dominance, and certainty. A man who hesitates, who lacks direction, who second-guesses himself, is unattractive. He who fears death will never do anything worth of a man who is alive. Seneca. A stoic man walks with purpose, and in doing so, he commands respect and admiration. 9. The obsession with appearance. Women care deeply about how they look. Their self-worth is often tied to their physical appearance, which is why industries prey on their insecurities. A wise man does not get swayed by surface beauty alone. Beauty is but a flower, soon to wither and fade. Shakespeare. A stoic man sees beyond the physical and values depth, character, and intelligence. The battle between logic and emotion. A woman's greatest internal struggle is the conflict between logic and emotion. She knows what is right, yet her emotions often lead her astray. A stoic man recognizes this and does not get dragged into irrational arguments. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. By staying rational, he provides the stability that a woman secretly craves. Conclusion. Understanding these weaknesses is not about judgment, but wisdom. A stoic man does not use this knowledge to manipulate, but to navigate relationships with clarity and purpose. The path of Stoicism teaches mastery over the self, not control over others. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. In the end, strength, wisdom, and composure will always triumph over chaos and confusion.